If your employer offers matching dollars for contributing to the 401k plan, at the very least contribute enough to grab those. The average 401k match is 50% of your own contribution up to 3% of your salary. Once you've hit that mark, put anything else you can scrape together each month into the savings account that I just mentioned with the goal of amassing 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. When you do, you can shift back to the 401k and try to max out your contribution for the year. Living with your parents for a short while is another great way to save money. More and more recent grads are taking this route. A survey by the job search site collegegrad.com found that 77% of 2008 graduates moved back in with their parents. No doubt it does save money to live at home for a year or even a few years after college. It also, however, pushes off responsibility to some extent. At some point, you're going to have to live on your own and learn how to make ends meet when you have rent and groceries to think about. And in many ways, living at home takes the pressure off, pressure that might otherwise make you more productive. After all, are you really going to do your best to save money and advance in your career if you know that your parents will always be there to support you? Here's my take. If you want to live at home and your parents are open to the idea, then go ahead and do it if, and this is a big if, you're going to save the money that you would be spending on rent and other expenses if you were to live on your own. Every cent should be socked away in a savings account at a decent rate of interest, and you should have a goal date in mind for when you're going to move out. If you're not going to do that, go ahead and get an apartment with a roommate or two. You'll still cut down on your expenses, but you'll be doing it on your own. I also think that your parents should charge you something to live there, even if the amount is small, and that you should be sure to contribute around the house in other ways. You also need to think about insurance. If you move in with your parents, their homeowner's insurance will cover your belongings, but if you're out on your own, you need renter's insurance. If you ever experience a fire or theft, you'll thank me. For more on renter's insurance, listen to the question, how do I know if I need renter's insurance? Another non-negotiable is health insurance. Many college students are on their parents' health plans as a dependent, and unfortunately many of those same insurers give students the boot upon graduation. Double check though, as some have age limits instead. If you're lucky, you'll land a job that picks up part of the tab for your own coverage. But if you're an hourly employee with no benefits, or you're still looking for a job, you'll need to find an individual plan. You can do so fairly inexpensively in most states if you don't have any pre-existing conditions, but no matter what the cost is, it's worth it. For more on finding individual health insurance plans, listen to How Do I Buy My Own Health Insurance? Question 127. When starting a new job, how do I make the most of my benefits? When you start a new job, the company's human resources department, or maybe your boss if it's a small organization, should sit down with you and go over the available benefits. If no one offers to do that with you, ask. Here are the topics you should discuss. Health insurance. Some companies will offer just one option, others will offer a few. If you have a choice, you should consider both your needs and the needs of your family as well as the price. There's no sense in paying more for a plan with benefits that you know you'll never use. Think about the future, though, as well as the present. Do you have doctors you're particularly loyal to, and do they accept patients covered by these plans? Do you take certain prescriptions on a regular basis, and do these plans cover those? For more in-depth advice on picking your health plan, listen to How Do I Pick the Right Type of Health Insurance? Other insurance on the menu. Many employers offer other forms of insurance as well, including life and disability. Group life policies offered through employers typically don't provide a huge death benefit, but they often have the advantage of being inexpensive, not requiring a physical, and, should you change jobs, allowing you to continue the coverage at a reasonable rate, again with no health exam. As for disability, if anyone